Romania, one of Europe's poorest countries, is set to outpace its stagnating neighbors in terms of economic prosperity. The country's story is a case of how a once dysfunctional and chaotic democracy is working its way towards prosperity. Remember that the now beautiful country in Eastern Europe once had a reputation for corruption, especially under communist rule. Going down the history lane, Romania struggled with oppressive economic policies under Nicolae Ceausescu, which made it experience famine and political turmoil. During that time, the country's foreign debt grew astronomically, and inflation was at its peak. After almost half a century as a communist state, totalitarian communist rule in Romania came to an abrupt end following the demise of Ceausescu in 1989. Even after the end of the communist period, Romanians continued to face hard times. But since 2001, Romania's economy has witnessed steady economic growth, at around 6 to 8%. It now mainly exports electrical machinery, motor vehicles and parts, and industrial machinery. Despite the government collapse in 2021, Romania still realizes its potential. Recently, it has become the second largest economy in Eastern Europe after Poland, 12th in the EU by total nominal GDP, and 7th largest when adjusted by purchasing power parity. Figures represented by Eurostat in 2023 reveal that Romania's GDP per capita, expressed in terms of purchasing power, was 74% of the EU average in 2021, indicating a 21 percentage point gain since 2010. Romania is also a leading destination in Central and Eastern Europe for FDIs. Its cumulative FDI since 1989 is over 170 billion. It is the largest producer of electronics in the region. Bucharest, the capital city, is one of the leading financial and industrial centers in Eastern Europe. Of course, these successes couldn't have been achieved in a vacuum. First and foremost, Romania is favored by its geostrategic location. It is positioned at the crossroads of three major markets: the European Union, the CIS states, and the Middle East. These markets are crossed by three crucial pan-European transport corridors. Furthermore, Romania owns 1/3 of the Danube River, the most significant gateway to the Black Sea through Constanta Port. The port is the largest and deepest in the Black Sea, leading to a 6-day reduction in maritime travel time. This reduction gives the port a competitive advantage against Rotterdam, the biggest European port, with regard to the sea transportation of goods. As a popular tourist destination, Romania received more than 15.7 million domestic and foreign tourists in 2018. The country boasts cities of great cultural interest, beautiful beaches and seaside resorts, and well-preserved rural regions, which many appreciate for their beauty and tranquility. Second, Romania's prospects are underpinned, especially by its European Union membership in 2007 and good relationships with Brussels. Building strong relationships with other countries through diplomacy, trade agreements, and cultural exchanges is crucial for economic growth. It can help expand a country's market reach, attract foreign investment, and participate in global value chains. Romania's decision to join the EU led to some immediate international trade liberalization via the Black Sea. While Budapest and Warsaw are still having difficulties with the European Union over rule of law strings attached to billions of euros worth of pandemic recovery funds, Romania has already received more than 6 billion euros in grants and loans at lower interest rates. Even Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă has shared plans for the government to use over 10 billion euros yearly, about 4% of the country's total economic output. This money comes from about 90 billion euros the European Union has made available to Romania until 2027. Some improvements in Romania's legal system have led the European Commission to suggest ending a special monitoring program under which Romania has been placed since it joined the European Union. Third, let's talk about the resource strength of the country. Romania has a relatively large natural resource base, including fertile agricultural lands and significant mineral deposits such as natural gas, petroleum, salt, coal, gold, etc. Romania has become a natural gas exporter. Except for the Netherlands, Romania has more proven gas reserves than any other country in the EU. So you can see why the country was not affected by the changes that affected the global energy market since the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war. Romania's Black Sea reserves are estimated to be around 80 to 200 billion cubic meters. This quantity is sufficient to cover domestic demand for at least 20 years, leaving some surplus. The country provides Moldova with 80 to 90% of its electricity needs, after its supplies were cut off due to Russia's war in Ukraine. Events of the past year made some experts speculate that Romania will soon increase its investment in its energy sector. This step-up is expected to be championed by OMV Petrom, the largest energy company in Southeast Europe. Going further, in addition to carbon-based fuels, Romania also has a great potential in renewables, especially biomass, wind, and solar. According to the Ministry of Energy, the country aims to increase its renewable energy target by 2030 from its current 30.7%. A large share of the 1.6 billion euros earmarked for energy under Romania's National Recovery and Resilience Plan is expected to be dedicated to renewables, with foreign investors billed to play a huge role. Fourth, Romania continues to invest in infrastructure development to improve connectivity, enhance transportation networks, and facilitate trade and commerce. This is because of the increase in the country's volume of traffic due to its strategic location. One such infrastructural investment is the Brăila Suspension Bridge. The 1,120-meter-long suspension bridge is the largest in Romania and the third largest in Europe. It connects the Black Sea ports and the Danube Delta with the rest of the country. The bridge allows drivers to cross the Danube within 3 minutes, compared with around 50 minutes for the ferry crossing. The Bucharest Metro is another landmark infrastructure that helped improve Romania's economy. It is a 71-kilometer-long underground railway system with 53 stations and an average ridership of 800,000 passengers. Although the metro is opened far behind schedule, it remains one of the most accessed public transport networks of Bucharest. Also, a significant network of 96 industrial parks, with both private and public ownership, is spread across the country. These parks bring suitable locations to the fingertips of investors, with access to utilities that suit their various projects. But these reforms wouldn't have been made possible without the strength of the country's currency and bond markets. Romania's leu, the official currency, has maintained stability for a while compared to Hungary's forint, which hit multiple record lows in 2022, forcing many Hungarians to take jobs in industrialized Western Romania. Just as the currency, Romanian government bonds, ROMGBs, have also become rock stars within the CEE region, according to ING. Leveraging record demand and good market levels, Romania has secured nearly 30% of ROMGB's issuance, which is by far the most within the CEE region. This, and a heavy cash buffer, have placed Romania in a comfortable economic position. Finally, companies from Russia and Ukraine have continued to migrate to Romania since the Ukraine war started, no small thanks to low-cost manufacturing hubs in Romania. As new companies flood the country, existing ones continue to expand their operations, increasing foreign direct investment to 9.39 billion euros between the first 10 months of 2022. This increase in FDI would make it the largest 10-month figure since Romania joined the EU. A 2022 survey conducted by Ernst & Young showed that more than half of 101 foreign companies plan to set up or expand operations in Romania, especially in supply chains and logistics, making it rank 4th in Europe by intention to invest. While Romania is yet to have a unified investment agency, the Ministry for Small Firms and Entrepreneurship once told Reuters about its plan to oversee 5 possible relocation projects from Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine, worth an estimated 705 million euros. Among them, Finnish Nokian Tires plans to invest 600 million euros by 2024 in a factory in northwest Romania's Oradea, an affluent region bordering poor parts of Hungary. Oradea was chosen after the company reviewed over 40 relocation targets, using skilled workforce availability, logistical advantages, green energy sources, and railway access as conditions. Modifications made by Romania's government to the foreign investment laws in 2022 paid off eventually. Although there are still some challenges for the economy of Romania, including its big current account deficit, chronic red tapeism, and aging population, Romania's central bank governor, Măgur Ezarescu, continues to allay all fears. Romania's accession to the European Union in 2007 has opened up access to European markets, funding, and opportunities for collaboration. By bridging the widening tech gap it is facing and harnessing its private sector to reignite sustainable and inclusive growth, Romania is on track to achieve even greater prosperity in the future. Overall, the country's journey towards becoming the richest European country is a testament to the power of economic reforms, infrastructure development, and leveraging natural resources.